Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Get Noticed Online podcast by DigiHype Media. Today we are changing things up. We have Clint on the other side of the room and I'm going to be interviewing him. My name's Bradley and let's get right into it.
Sounds good.
Why did you start DigiHype Media?
Oh boy. Okay, so we have to go back a few years ago. It's a good question. I started DigiHype Media out of what I felt was a need to help small and medium-sized businesses. Many years ago when I worked in the industry, working with a number of larger corporations, although the work they did was good, I felt that we were not really answering to our true cause, which was the needs of our clients. And I felt that I could better serve that if I worked one-on-one with them at a smaller agency. So that's kind of how the whole thing began. It was purely from a customer service perspective and trying to satisfy the needs of SMBs.
Yeah, sounds good. If you could drink any liquid for the rest of your life,
there we go.
Which one would it be? Water, coffee, juice, or Gatorade? Pick one of those.
Water, coffee, juice, or Gatorade. Wow. Well, I'm going to be dehydrated pretty fast because all I'm going to drink is coffee. Sad but true.
And then this one is for all of the listeners out here. This is a follow-up question to that one.
That's the weirdest question I've ever been asked, by the way.
Out of all of these famous coffee chains, these are like the mainstream coffee chains. We're not talking cafes. What are your top three? Actually, rank these coffee chains from best to worst.
And
like,
of course,
based
this
on
is just my personal
your
opinion,
preference. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So
okay, I'm going to give you them. So we have Tim Hortons, Starbucks, Coffee Time, McDonald's, and gas station coffee. So we got 5 options here of coffee.
Okay, so do you want me to go from the best to the worst?
Go from the worst to the best.
Okay, we're going to definitely start with gas station coffee.
That's the worst.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't even matter what gas station. It could be a brand new gas station, just poured its first pot of coffee. It's going to be horrible.
Okay.
So gas station coffee is first.
Or number 5, yeah.
Yeah, number 5. Number 4 for me would be Starbucks.
Okay.
And the reason is because I can't pronounce half of their products, so it becomes a bit of a test for me.
Okay.
And venti is large, okay, or big. I mean, I just don't get the names of their products.
So 4 for Starbucks.
Yeah, 4 for Starbucks. And
3.
Again, they're very popular. Number 3 would be, so you said Tim Hortons, McDonald's,
and Coffee Time.
And Coffee Time. Number 3 would be Coffee Time, and I only put Coffee Time before Starbucks because their new brands of coffee are actually not too bad. But I do only take them out. For whatever reason that is. That's my personal preference. Okay. Coffee Time would be number 3.
Okay. And then number 2 and number 1.
Number 2, and this is going to shock you, I'm going to actually say Tim Hortons.
Okay, yeah.
And the reason I say Tim Hortons is because I remember back in the day paying less than $1 for a coffee at Tim Hortons, and now it's bordering on $2.
Yep.
And I have a real gripe with that. I have a problem with that. So for me, the coffee's still good, but in my opinion, the number 1 coffee today is McDonald's, and McDonald's was never even on my list before, but their coffee now is exceptionally good.
Yeah, it's good.
And at $1.25 a medium when it's on sale is an exceptional deal.
Yeah.
So McDonald's for sure.
A lot of people think Tim Hortons has dropped off. That's what they say.
Yeah,
that's what the comments.
That's what a lot of people say.
Yeah, they've changed brands or something.
Yeah, and that's just my opinion. Yeah. So.
Okay. Cool. What is one tip that you have for new businesses? We're going right back.
So we've gone from we've gone from our business to a tip for new business. It's a tip that someone gave me many, many years ago before starting our organization, DigiHype. The tip was to ensure you have 2 things in place and make no exception. There are the 2 most important things. One is proper financing to support you, because for the first number of years. At the first 2 years, you are going to suffer, and you are going to need funding to take you through that. And you're going to need that funding to grow and to grow your sales and your brand and everything else. The second thing is, of course, to assist you with making sure that money goes in the right spots is a proper accountant. Mm-hmm. So those are two things that I would say a shout out to small businesses. If you're going to take the route of becoming an entrepreneur, it's a grand route. It has a lot of upsides. Mm-hmm. The big downside and the big pitfall is always financing and supporting the business to grow.
Mm-hmm. If somebody is a new entrepreneur, what do you recommend for them when they're starting off? Because a lot of people are getting into business these days. You know, there's a lot of information out there. What is one tip from the things that you've learned for a new entrepreneur?
I think depending on the area that you're planning to work in, I think get as much information as you can and try to get it from experts. So, there's two different trends of thought. There's a lot of information out there online, on social media. Mm-hmm. Try to go to a proper source. Try to read as many books as possible on your topic of study or your topic of work, your service industry, whatever it might be. Make sure you get a good grasp of what is current, what is modern, and even some historic facts and what's happened in that industry. Mm-hmm. And make sure you speak to people maybe that are in that industry. It's not a bad idea. I mean, some entrepreneurs or some businesses would look at it as competition coming into the marketplace. Yep. I've sat with many young people who are interested in coming into this line of work. And, I don't have a problem with sharing my experiences with them. Mm-hmm. Make sure you bend a few years and try and get as much information as you can. It'll be invaluable. It'll serve you well. Mm-hmm. Why not try to work through other people's successes rather than their problems? Build on it, right?
Yes. Okay. With that being said, let's go into some quick rapid fire questions. No. Okay.
Coffee related? No. Okay.
No, not coffee related. Okay. Would you rather sit in traffic or use the GO train to get to work or to anywhere, to Toronto?
Does it matter how long I sit in traffic?
Well, they're going to be probably both. Let's say probably traffic would be a lot worse because Toronto is usually.
Okay, so I'm coming from Toronto. I'm sitting in traffic.
Going towards Toronto, yeah.
Or I'm going to go on the GO train. I'm going to sit in traffic. It's my car. It's my private space. Yep. And I speak quite loud, so I won't have anybody yelling at me at 7 a.m.
Okay. Waffles or pancakes? What is your favorite?
Is that a trick question?
That's a question. This is a rapid-fire question.
Because I really like both. Okay. I'm going to say waffles, but I never have them, so waffles.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay. Superman or Batman?
Oh, Superman. He's always got his. He doesn't need any toys and technical stuff. He's the man.
Okay.
I hope this is very educational for everybody.
We're gonna do candy or chocolate.
Okay, I'm gonna say chocolate.
Okay. Dogs or cats as pets?
I'm gonna offend a lot of people that have cats out there. I'm gonna say dogs, just because I grew up with dogs, as a family pet. So
okay, we will do one more. When you go on vacation, do you prefer hot or just cold?
What, the weather?
Yeah, weather. Like, would you go to a beach or would you rather go just like anywhere? It doesn't matter what the temperature is.
Definitely prefer to go somewhere hot.
Okay.
I could be offered 3 times 3 trips to somewhere cold, and I would definitely pick somewhere hot.
Okay, cool. Okay.
If that drives the point home anymore.
Okay, all right. Let's hop back into some more business-related questions.
Stuff. Okay, wow.
Okay.
Forgot about it.
Why should you pay a agency to do your marketing for you? Because a lot of people don't know. Why should I pay an agency when I can get, my kid or some random person to do it, or just figure it out myself?
Right.
Why should you pay a professional?
So, having been in this industry for an awful long time, I've seen both sides of this business. I've seen the side of this business where business owners, entrepreneurs alike, they try to do the work themselves. Some of them do a reasonably good job. Some of them do a pretty good job. Here's the reality of it, though. It's kind of like a scale. The minute you sink an enormous amount of resources into learning any new skill, then you're putting the weight on that side of it, right? And the other side, and maybe a scale is not the right analogy, but anyways, the reality is the scale is going to tip at some point in the favor of your learning, but on the side of your business, the scale is going to drop. So all your skill level is going to go up for that industry or maybe that area you're trying to learn. You'll never be at the level of a professional agency, but you will improve your skill, like maybe something involving social media. You're learning about algorithms. You're learning about curated versus created content. You're learning doing ads, whatever it might be. But the reality is your time is best spent doing what you're designed to do, which is your marketing your business, which is, if you own a brewery, it's brewing your beer. If you are a restaurant owner, it's making that great food. That's where you should focus your skills and get a professional to assist you in the areas that you need help. Remember I talked about at the beginning when you asked the first question about what are the two most important things. One I said was getting a professional accountant. Many people choose to do their own accounting themselves. Many people choose to use their own financing, whatever money they have, to try and help them get started. You need to have someone professional help you get to where you want to be, at least to start to assert your business in a certain direction and start to move ahead.
Okay, cool. Awesome. When we think about obviously marketing agencies and stuff like that, there's a lot of, people out there these days, a lot of people, not experienced and they're trying to get into the industry like, oh, I'm a marketing agency. What makes DigiHype Media different? Like what makes us, unique and stand out? Because there is, obviously an influx now, similar to a lot of other industries.
Right. So there's a number of things that makes us unique. And one is that we've always focused on doing our work locally with our own people. So the key for us, and that's what differentiated us from day one and still does today, we don't farm any work out to any other companies, any other individuals, any agencies overseas, in the U.S., and so on and so forth. We have our own people. I could count, in the hundreds how many emails I get every single week from companies that are either web developers or they're SEO specialists or they're social media people trying to sell us that service as a white label. We would never buy it and never buy into it. And the simple reason is because we can control the quality. They cannot, right? They are basically a burner for this information and just duplicate everything that they do and they share it among platforms. We don't do that. Every single platform, every single customer we have, we do their work. It's unique to them and them only. We do a lot of research on the stuff that needs to be put online, whether it be on their social media platforms or on their websites, or even whether it means to do SEO. Those things take time to develop. And we try to groom those customers to be the experts in their field, even though they may be, but online and digitally.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Let's do a few more rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I'm warmed up.
Yeah. What is your favorite donut? Honey cruller or chocolate dipped?
Honey cruller.
These are like Tim Hortons specifically.
Dip. I'm going to say honey cruller. There's just no comparison.
Okay.
But I'm not a chocolate guy.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Pasta or pizza?
I'm going to say, it's either or is great, but I would say pasta is probably more of a favorite.
Okay. Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
There's no comparison. Michael Jordan.
Wow.
MJ's the best ever.
That's crazy. Okay.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite Gatorade flavor? Yellow, red, blue, or orange? Those are the classics.
I'm going to say blue.
Okay. What's your coffee order?
When I order a coffee?
Yeah, when you order a coffee.
Boy, there's a lot of personal stuff here.
Somebody might buy you a coffee on the street.
Okay, well, if you're ahead of me, I like a medium black coffee with 1 sugar, and maybe if it's the afternoon, I'll grab a Raisin Bran muffin.
Okay. Okay. I think that's it for the rapid fire questions. Let's do one quick question to wrap it up. Okay. What sort of trends or what do you expect to see in the future for the industry, like marketing, advertising?
Well, I see the need for more for small businesses and even startups to be involved in definitely involved with a media company of some type when they start off. They're going to need it. It's no longer you can sort of dip your toe in the pool and maybe get a response here or there. Algorithms, whether it be on the search engines, whether it be on social media, they change so rapidly that it's very, very difficult to sort of, throw organic stuff online and get results from it. You have to know, and you have to be consistent, and you have to bring new information to the table all the time. So I think that's a big part of it. New businesses, I go right back to the funding part. They need to have some funds, and they need to prepare to spend those funds on building their business brand. Okay. I think beyond that, I think you'll find that programmatic advertising is here, and it needs to be looked at by mid-sized and larger businesses. We can certainly help businesses venture into that area, that foray. And essentially what programmatic is you can advertise really anywhere, anytime, on any platform based on budgets. And it's very specific to time of day, geography, demographics and everything else. So you can really, really get down to a niche market or a specific, pinpoint a specific marketplace that you want to have your brand shown. Okay. So I think that's a big part of it. Out-of-home advertising is great. Digital billboards are great. But again, that kind of goes to the next level after you've started doing your digital marketing. That's part of your branding campaign. So I think if you start off with your social media, a proper website, and you do a proper job of digital marketing to start, SEO and so on for your website with your social media running, then the next natural step is to go digital billboards, start building your brand, and then go to programmatic once your budgets sort of grow and your ability to spend more grows as well. And we can help you with any of those different platforms.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I love it. One last question is, if you could only use one of these platforms, which one do you prefer, to use it as a consumer, personally? Okay. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Be Real, LinkedIn, or YouTube? What's your favorite, as a person?
Well, a favorite from. Well, we're not going to speak to my demographic because my demographically, typically, the sort of the sort of person will use that that platform is Facebook is my demographic, my age demographic. Yeah. But it's not necessarily what I like because I'm in the industry and I'm sort of
So if you can only use one. For the rest
only
of
one
your
platform?
Life. Just to
actually, I love Instagram. I really like Instagram simply because I know it's the same, owned by the same company and stuff like that. But it is quite unique, and I think being able to add video and graphics and all that sort of stuff, and stories and so on, I think that's kind of a cool thing to be able to do within the same platform. Okay,
cool. Awesome. Thank you, sir, for joining this podcast and doing the swap.
Thanks for inviting me.
But I think this was good. Podcast. I think everybody learned a little bit more. And we will see you all next time. So just remember, make sure you subscribe, all that sort of good stuff on YouTube and Spotify, and find us on the Google and all that sort of stuff. DigiHypeMedia.ca for everything. And do you have any closing remarks? Is that good?
No, but thanks. Thanks, Brett. Thanks, folks. Have a great day.
All right. See you guys. Love you. Bye.
Bye.